But where would we be as black people if that's what we did, you know? So I think that Black Lives Matter has made a difference. And that has laid a foundation for some next steps. But there have been lots of Black Lives Matter activists have actually suffered. Many of them have died mysterious deaths. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's, the data bears that out. And I think, too, even beyond that, it is hard to sustain protests year after year after year with the same people, right? Because your everyday life actually calls you. Sometimes I tell people, protest is like building a house from scratch. Like you pull everybody together and you have a barn raising and everybody contributes the nails and the wood and they build a house. But people also just want to move into a house. They want life to be fair. They want the laws to work in their favor. And protesting can be difficult. It's draining and it's distracting and it's costly. So you need a balance. You need an inside and an outside strategy, and you have to have allies who can say, I hear you, and I want to take what you're saying. I want to turn it into policy so that we don't always have to protest everything.
Okay. That is an interesting point you brought up about how they are kind of dying kind of mysteriously. But you said not to bring in conspiracy theories, but it is it's obviously a protest that is shaken up a lot in society, and for good reason. Yeah.
If I may, historically, for the Black Panther Party, for other black organizers, the state has actually
the most wanted list,
them.
Right?
They have murdered them.
Yeah.
They have blown them up. They have. I mean, we could name some high-profile moments when those kinds of things happen. So we should not put it past local or state or federal governments to try to undermine a movement by demoralizing followers or causing them harm, right?
Yeah.
So we shouldn't dismiss that.
Yeah. This is my last question. We got a couple minutes left. So you frequently hear about during presidential elections about how it's important to get the black vote. It's important to get the Hispanic vote. It's important to get the such and such community vote. Would you say that it's still important for politicians to kind of reach out and try to grab more specific groups of people? Some people would see that as kind of like pandering and such. But I just want to hear what your thoughts are on that whole idea.
I think that a vote is a down payment on a promise, right? Mm-hmm. And so, why do I give you my vote? It's because hopefully there's something about what you promised that you're going to do that I think, okay, I'm down with that. I want to, excuse me, I want to give you a chance to do those things. And so if I give you my vote, and it's interesting because Malcolm X would say, you're dumb ballot, right? So, basically he was advising black people, why are you supporting the Democratic Party when they're not any different? Well, that's not true. Democrats, even then, were different than Republicans. And certainly today, these two political parties are very different. And hopefully the 2016 election has made that crystal clear. But when various communities vote, they do need something in return that says, hey, I want you to turn out for me again. Let me make good on the promises I made to you. And for black people in particular, we need for politicians to make good on their promises. You mentioned Barack Obama earlier, and I think he was a brilliant president, thoughtful, smart, capable, think, really thoughtful about the kinds of policies that he pursued. But I do wish that he had done more to recognize and reward black communities. Not because things didn't improve, because they did. But certain communities, it seems to me, got major policy concessions, and I'm not sure. It's not clear to me that black people did. And so, I mean, there were some major moments, criminal justice reform, DACA, certainly moving forward in rights for LGBT communities and support for same-sex marriage. There were policies that supported women's employment. The Lilly Ledbetter Act was, I think, the first bill that Obama signed. But I really would have liked to have seen a landmark piece of legislation for the black community under Obama, and I think he was cautious. Every time Obama tried to move in a way that was decisive for black people, he was accused of doing too much, and he didn't. I think he really wasn't able to. But what I will say is that that the Democratic Party, I think, makes a difference. Until the Republican Party actually competes for the black vote, they haven't earned it. You have to put something down on it. What are you going to do that's different? It's not enough to say, as Donald Trump would say, take a chance. What do you have to lose? Oh, we have a lot to lose. Look at what we've already lost.
Wow, I almost forgot about when he said that. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, yeah.
Right. So, I don't know if I can't remember if I answered your last question.
You did. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, well, tell me, just remind me what it was.
Yeah, do you agree with the whole idea of just like pandering to groups, or it was kind of an open-ended type of question, but
yeah. No, I don't think that's pandering. I think that, like I said, that a vote is a down payment. Black women make the difference for Democratic candidates. Black women show up at the polls for Democrats more reliably than any other group. And so they deserve some recognition. So when Elizabeth Warren is saying, hey, I'm going to pay attention to you all as a group, I'm going to try to improve outcomes for black mothers and black women and childbirth, when she says that, I think that's important. I don't think that the Democratic Party has paid enough attention to blacks. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't turn out, because all things considered, right? If you're going to weigh all of the, if you're going to look at all of the kinds of things that can happen, you're going to want to have a Democratic Congress, I think, and a Democratic presidency, because Republicans thus far have not really done a lot of work to say that they want the black vote. I think it would be better if Republicans actually competed for blacks, because blacks are conservative in a lot of ways, and there are certainly blacks who would legitimately be Republicans.
There are in
attention
fact,
to
yeah.
black politics, and they don't seem to.
Yeah.
They don't seem to. They only want black votes in rare instances, and they only want a few of them. You can see that just based on, whether somebody like Trump has black people in his cabinet and what kinds of things they do and how they behave. You can look at Republicans in Congress and Republicans in state legislatures, and they're predominantly white and male.
Yeah. That's you wrapped it up great. Yeah.
Okay.
On that note, thank you for listening, everyone. That was episode 3, Limitations of Political Participation in the Context of Black Freedom. Tune in a couple weeks for the season finale, episode 4, and I will see you then. Thanks for listening.